respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính Đại Đức Tạng Thịnh, Thi thứ Pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly vô đạo lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Thổ Sư Chế Đô Yê Hơ La Hơ Đi Sa Miao San Pu Tô Xế. Nam mô Tát Đắc Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian Wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de xiao qi yuan jie ru lai zheng shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Sutra, Great Master Xinhua, all good monks and nuns, and all good knowing advisors of me, Tofo. 诸佛菩萨、诸者大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位上知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa trí giả đại sư, thượng tiến hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 8th of November 2025. We are here at Way Mountain to continue discussing the Vimalakirti Sutra. Thank you everyone for joining us. We are now on slide 466, continuing with the verses, explanation of verses uttered, said by Baoji, the elder's son. He says, all dharmas are born due to causes and conditions. And this is what in Buddhism is referred to the principle of dependent origination. Okay, meaning that whatever happens right now depends from something else, from a cause that happened before. That's why it's dependent upon the origin of a certain cause. Okay? And next one, what are, he says here in the Master Sutra, it says the two types of dependent origination he's talking about, and I don't know what, because we truncated a lot of stuff. So I looked up the definition of dependent origination to see how many types there are, and apparently there are more than two. The first one is called karma-induced dependent origination. Okay, meaning that whatever happens to you was caused by some karma you created. For example, if you steal and scam people now, in the future, your the consequences would be that you suffer poverty. You will be very, very poor, and you have to slave for others, okay, to pay back what you stole, plus interest, plus other things. Number two, the second type of dependent origination is consciousness-induced dependent origination, meaning that whatever you created in the past, karmas you created in the past, all these karmas are stored in your consciousness as a seed, in the eighth consciousness as a seed. And these seeds you carry with you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime until the seeds mature. Very much like the seeds you plant into the ground. Eventually, with the proper conditions, they will sprout. Okay, so that's what dependent origination through consciousness induced, meaning the seeds in the consciousness. Okay, so the seeds are there. We all have all sorts of seeds ourselves, and they will eventually someday mature. The good ones will give us good things, and bad ones will make us suffer. Okay, for example, if you do good deeds, do a lot of good things, then you are having the seeds for you to enjoy heavenly blessings. When you're born in heavens, you only know pleasure, really no suffering until the end. It's only at the end of your life as a celestial being will you know suffering. From the moment you're born by transformation up there until the moment you die, the time you die, is all pleasure. Okay? It's wonderful. So that's why it's called heavenly existence. The third type of dependent origination would be the Tathagata's treachery dependent origination. Basically, it says that you go even deeper. Remember, first one is karma-induced, meaning you hurt someone, you steal, okay, and therefore you will be punished. Okay, and that's from your karmas. Number two is that after you created the karmas there, you created the seeds. So the seeds take longer to mature. That's why it's called consciousness induced, meaning that you may not see the direct connection now yet, because the seeds have been stored, and lifetime after lifetime, and somehow these old seeds mature. That's why the seeds that you planted in the past, whatever you do, whatever karma you create, will make you pay, will matter in the future. So that's why it's called consciousness induced. Number three, the Tathagata treachery dependent origination means that even the consciousness-induced dependent origination number two there, it still has a low level, meaning there is a Tathagata treachery, where actually it's a lot more going on than just the eighth consciousness seeds. Okay, meaning could be that a lot more than just your own seeds, all right? Because Tathagata treasury meaning is the entire realm, the entire whatever is stored in the Tathagata treasury, which is a lot more than eighth consciousness. And finally, the Dharma realm dependent origination, meaning now it helps you to go beyond our realm. Okay, our Saha world, okay, is what you can observe, but what you don't realize is a lot more. There are we are also affected by other worlds as well. All right. For example, you may be able to go to the Pureland, okay, and therefore, and eventually in the future, you go back from Pureland, you come back here to do work. on a mission, on a short-term contract, very much like a mercenary, okay? And you come back. And so you see that there has to do with dependent origination because that was a seed planted somewhere else in the Dharma realm. Does it help? So you see, dependent origination is a principle of cause and effect, but you call it because you can observe the consequences. That's why the message is that every single karma you create matters. It will induce something to happen in the future, okay? Good things and bad things. 470. All dharmas are born due to causes and conditions. And therefore, it says here, production meaning birth, due to causes and conditions, because, and this is very, very Tiantai. He goes into the scholarly perspective, the Buddhist teachings. He says that, remember the Four Noble Truths, the truths of suffering, accumulation, the way and extinction. Okay, he says because of ignorance within the various realms, there are two types of suffering and accumulation arise due to causes and conditions. Okay, again, a scholarly approach. He explains that he connects the dependent origination to the four noble truths of suffering, accumulation, the way, and extinction. Okay, and all those four noble truths, also the teaching arise from causes and conditions. All right, they're also a dependent origination. We can go into deeper, but I feel that sometimes it's too much. Okay, I just want to refer to you that the Tiantai school concept here is that they study everything very exhaustively, probably a lot more than we want to discuss, but it's for your own intellectual stimulation. You can go to them and research it. It's very impressive. Okay, next, 471. There is no self, no action, nor recipient of action. Good and evil karma do not vanish either.
无我、无造、无受者，善恶之业亦不亡。
Okay, now you see the verse is uttered by this Baoji, the elder son, a lay person, shows how much wisdom he has. He says, this is how I see things. This is from my wisdom. I see there is no self, no action, nor receiving. Okay? And it says here, Master Chucha says that there is neither existent, non-existent. We've been discussing since the last lecture, okay? And the four teachings refer to the store teaching, the connective teaching, the separate teaching, and then the lotus paranirvana teaching. Okay, it says throughout those four types of teachings, there is no self, no action, nor receiving. Okay, good and evil karma do not vanish either. Okay, that everything arises due to causes and conditions, and that's what we call phenomena. Phenomena meaning things you can observe, okay, or things that happen in our lives, and everything happen in our lives due to causes and conditions. And in the two teachings of Apulya, meaning connective teaching, and Prajna, meaning separate teaching, ignorance creates evil within and beyond the realms. And two realms of suffering and accumulation do not perish. And also in both Apulya and Prajna, two realms of way of extinction, ignorance, do not perish. The rising and cessation due to causes and conditions are known comparatively. So it basically says here that in all the teachings, when you talk about good and evil karmas, the karma you create, whether it's good and evil, they will have consequences. Okay? You cannot say, okay, you can forget about it. It will go away. No, eventually will mature. So every single karma you do a good thing, you will benefit from it. You do a bad thing, you will suffer from it. And that's how it is. Okay, it's confirmation of cause and effect. Good causes, good effects. Bad causes will engender bad effects. Yes, go Forrest.
Hello, Master. I have a question about this. I think last week we were talking about if the cause can be emptied out, then then there's the karma is not there. Well, that's not exactly how we talk about it, but we sort of touched something along the line. And here the verse says that there's no self, no action, and no receiver. Then that's related to that, the emptiness of the cause, right? So, and then the second part of the phrase says but the karma of the evil and good still exist. So, could you explain more about this?
Take the example of enlightened people. To them, it's a good question you ask, and thank you for the question. Therefore, to them, there's no self. This refers to people who have wisdom. They put an end to the ego. There's no self. And therefore, once there's no self, who's creating karmas? There's no one who's creating karma. Therefore, it's no karma. Okay? No receiving. Meaning that they also, the receiver of the bad things and the good things are also empty as well. So there's no receiving. So far, so good? That's the understanding. Once you get to the state of emptiness, meaning you become enlightened, then there's no self, no action, no receiving. All right? However, good and evil karma do not vanish. Even though you are free from that, however, you still are subject to prior karmas. Okay? You created the good karma to become enlightened. At that point in time, you will have no self, no action, no receiving. However, you still are subject to the previous karma you created before you became enlightened, for example. Does it help? So meaning that, take the specific example of the Buddha. He became a Buddha, he became beyond self, and beyond action, beyond receiving. However, he is still subject to the karma he created, and he has to suffer because of his prior harming karmas to Devadatta. Therefore, the good and evil karma did not vanish either. And that's the evil karma. Good karma is that he also did a lot of good karma. That's why he's able to get support from the kings and have disciples and so forth. Go ahead.
So I have two follow-ups here. One is in the case of enlightened people help someone, right? My understanding is that they can create miracles by emptying out the cause, or the person who's getting help not experiencing the karma. Is that just sort of a delay of the karma? The karma is still there, or how does what you explained about the karma cannot be escaped work here? That's one question. Second question is, for what you explained about the enlightened people, after they got enlightened, they're not creating karma because there's no self. Does that still work if they're not in an enlightened state, meaning that they not in samadhi, they might still have a self, they just act like a normal people?
It's a lot more involved than that. it's too involved to really go into it, and it's a state of the Bodhisattva Mahasattva that I'm really not qualified to discuss. Okay, for example, who am I to comment about what one need Bodhisattva does? Okay, but there's a difference between what one yin Bodhisattva, who's basically a Buddha, versus a person who's not a Buddha, let's say a person who's enlightened like Master Shinhua. Okay, one yin Bodhisattva, when she helps you, it's a different form of help. Okay, where there's no self, no action, no receiving. Okay, but good and evil karma don't even exist nor vanish. Okay, it's a very, very different type of condition that I don't understand enough to explain to you. But that's what happens. Okay. However, for a person like my Master Shinhua, my observation is that he's a bodhisattva. He's no self, no action, no receiving. However, when he helps someone, when he heals someone, let's say he tap on your head and suck up all your illnesses there. The illnesses arise from your prior karmas, right? So those karmas did not simply vanish. They don't disappear when he helps you. They simply go over to his body. The retribution come over to him so that you free from the retribution, but the retribution does not vanish. Similarly, when you have a lot of good stuff, like good blessings for wealth and good health and so forth, he can always suck it up as well. And so that now your good health and good money and good reputation can also come to him as well, if he chooses to do so. Okay, so that's an example for you. Evil karma, meaning the bad things happen to you, and they don't go away. Good things happen to you, don't go away either. Yes, too.
Amitabha Master, welcome back. I have a question regarding karma and repentance. I just happened to yesterday heard of a Buddhist story about a Shamini was laughing, making fun of an Arhat who was a bhikkhuni. The Arhat told him, and then he immediately got very scared and repented to the Arhat about his offense. But then after that, he still suffered 500 lifetimes of retribution. So my question is, the Arhat was not able to eradicate the offense?
No, the Arhat was not able to. What the story that is from the Vinaya. The Vinaya is there's an old monk, probably a bit older than me, who lost all his teeth. So, I don't know you ever live with anyone where old people have no teeth left. Back then, there's no dentures, there's no implants. Therefore, when he chew. And so you see, when you eat lunch with him, you watch him, it's kind of very funny. My grandma was like that. She lost all her teeth, lower teeth, only upper teeth left. So whenever she chew, anyway, and a kid, a young novice, looked at the way the guy chewed, and he couldn't help himself. He laughed. And he said, "Boy, this monk here, he eats like a cow." Okay, you ever seen a cow eating grass? It's exactly the same way. Even you are laughing, right? I mean, come on. It's funny. At least I think it's funny. The Koreans, none of the Koreans are laughing. Look at them. See, they know better than we. The Koreans are proper, okay? So notice, no Koreans laughing at all, okay? and so this guy, see, good for you. You don't have to worry about retribution. We will suffer retribution ourselves in America. And so this guy was laughing a laugh, and he joked about this guy, how this old monk here. He didn't realize the old monk was a fourth stage arhat. The old monk eats like a cow, and they laughed about it. So the old monk heard about it and called him in and reprimanded him and said, "You are not supposed to make fun of your elders, okay? And you should repent." And the old monk knew better because he was a fourth stage arhat. He knew that if you are not fourth stage arhat, you make fun of fourth stage arhat, you will suffer the consequences. You will fall to the lower realms, okay? By the way, I laugh because I'm okay. I'm above fourth stage. just in case. If bad thing happened to you, don't blame me for not warning you. Okay? So this is why cultivation matters. When we rise above it, we can laugh at low-level people. Okay. Okay. Even Koreans are still not laughing. So serious. Okay, so the old monk, the old cow monk, he goes, "You should repent." Okay, so the novice got down his knees and repented. Said, "I'm so sorry. I should not have laughed at you." Even, no matter how funny it was, something along that line, he laughed as well. Anyway. Even with his this repentance, and the monk forgives him, even with his repentance, he still fell to a lower realm. He himself became a cow. For 500 lifetimes. Okay? And for being a cow, and I think it's still the case, now he's a cow, and he probably will end up in the kitchen of Dang's wife there in the future. well, she'll cut him up. Naughty boy. Okay. All right. And so why is it the case? It's the case because even though he repented to the fourth stage arhat, okay, he still has to suffer the consequences because it's not completely erased. Okay, fourth stage arhat can go so far. All right, imagine if he did not repent to the fourth stage arhat monk, the cow monk, a cow eating monk, a cow-like eating monk. He'll be a lot worse. Okay, yeah. All right. Any of you who laughed, be careful. See Master Z. Okay. Any other questions? Did I answer all the questions? Very good. 474. It started when the Buddha overpowered and subdued Mara under the Buddha tree. He attained sweet dew extinction and accomplished a way of enlightenment.
始在佛树立降魔，得甘露灭绝道成。
Okay, yes, go forth.
Sorry, Master, I think you didn't answer the second question, which is for enlightened people. Do they only create no karma if they're in samadhi?
Okay, for enlightened people, they're slightly different than us, especially like bodhisattvas. When they create karmas, they do it on purpose, or they can create karmas without causing any seeds. Okay, without creating any seeds. And in the case where, so that's when they create karmas, they can do that. So the reason they want to create some seeds is because they want to have affinities with you. so that in the future they'll be able to help you further. Okay, so enlightened people have choices. For example, if they don't like you, they can help you, but have nothing to do with you. There's no connection with you. Okay, like help and they vanish, and you cannot find them there and to ask for further. Whereas in some cases where they choose to create seeds, for example, they choose to take an offering from you. Okay, they could have. When they take an offering from you, it's creating karma right there. So they can choose to say, I owe you, I don't owe you. Okay, when they say, I don't owe you, then basically, usually they don't have to worry about it. Okay, whereas when they feel I owe you, then they will register the debt, and then they will find you in the future to pay it back. All right? Did I answer everything now?
Are you expecting me to say yes? I think my question was more around like if enlightened people do evil deeds, because the way you explained it is that because there's no self, so there's no action, no receiver, so they don't create karma after they are enlightened. So my question is that like true, or it's conditioned on they have to be in a state of emptiness?
Emptiness to
for
do
them
what?
not to create karma. They have to be in a state of no self to create no karma. So if they do something evil while they're not in the state of emptiness, are they still creating karma just like normal people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not only evil, but also good deeds as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, too. Continuing with the questions.
I have a follow-up question from Chin's question.
Of course.
So, in the scenario, because you told us when we do an offering to a Sangha member, if we make 3 bows, it's done properly. A Sangha member would have to accept it. But so in the scenario you just mentioned, so if the Sangha member happen to be a bodhisattva and say no karma, then the offering is no karma?
No karma what?
On the offering.
Whose karma?
If somebody made an offering to a Sangha member who happened to be a bodhisattva, and you said when a bodhisattva accepts an offering, he could say, no karma, I don't have to worry about it, or yes karma, I'll come back to you later.
I don't understand the question. Could you elaborate a little? What are you scared of?
I'm just curious. So, because you told us one time that when a layperson make an offering to a Sangha member, if it's done properly, the Sangha member will have to accept the offer.
Okay.
But based on the scenario you just mentioned, that a bodhisattva can say no karma, so that means rejecting the offer. Is it possible?
It's possible, yeah.
Thank you.
Just because they formally, they're on the surface, they accept it, it doesn't mean that they have to owe you. Okay? Just think about this. I don't know you're capable of doing that, but suppose you're an evil person and you heard of the proper way to make an offering to the Sangha, and the Sangha look at you and say, no, you evil person, I don't want nothing to do with you. And therefore they accept and they owe you nothing on the surface. And that's why it happens. You will make an offering, you continue to make offering, but then nothing happens. That's how we get fat, without any consequences. Yeah, cool? We have a lot of options, man. Yes, 9.
Don't zoom in because this can be a really stupid question. Master, can I ask a really stupid question?
I never stopped you before.
Don't zoom in. This is going to be really dumb. So, Master, ghosts or just people who are reborn, right, into the ghost realm. So, are there like dinosaur ghosts?
Dinosaur ghosts?
Yeah, if people are, ghosts.
Like Jurassic Park dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus and...
Yeah, are there T-Rex ghosts?
T-Rex, yeah.
And fish ghosts swimming in the ocean?
There are all
Shark
kinds...
ghosts?
There are all kinds of ghosts, yes.
But we just don't hear about them.
Well, not where you live, yeah. But it's possible. There are all sorts of ghosts. All right? All right, any other stupid questions? Okay, let's go back to slide 475. And so this section here is praising the Buddha. Okay, according to Master Chucha, this section here, of course, this young man he Baoji, so when he said these verses in order to praise the Buddhas. Okay, and he now praised the benefits of form and praise the benefits of response mind. Okay, he's that detailed. I really sometimes feel that it's too detailed. Yes, ma'am.
Master, the sutra text, it says it started when the Buddha overpowered and subdued Mara under the Buddha tree. Is it Buddha tree or Bodhi tree? Should it be Bodhi tree?
It's Buddha tree. It will explain later. Yeah, it says Fo Shu. Okay, so we'll be clear later. Lucky for me, I read this explanation in advance. I prepared. Okay, yeah, explain. It has Buddha tree right here. Good question. Okay, 476. Buddha tree here is at the Buddha tree of the Buddha, and it's also called most auspicious tree, and also known as Bodhi tree. Okay, that answers your question. Okay, when he first in order to become a Buddha, all Buddhas have to go sit under a tree, and that tree later is known as a Bodhi tree. Okay, and this is what happened. This is a kind of cool information for you, and it's going to happen to you. This is the play that happens time and time again because that's how he became a Buddha, by the way. That's how you all will become a Buddha. How? Interested in knowing? Right here. Before you become a Buddha, this has to happen. All of you, all of us. Isn't that cool? Now, so you know what's going to happen. You know your future already. In the future, you all will become a Buddha, and this is going to happen to you before you become a Buddha. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay? Yeah? All of you. This is what's so cool about it. Okay? For that, it will delay your enlightenment. It should be like, yay, but not walk. Okay. Okay, so when you're about to become a Buddha, the demon knew it because he's been watching you. Okay? And don't ask me how the demon knew. It just knew that this is big trouble. Why big trouble? Because once you become a Buddha, you're so powerful that his retinues, the demonic retinues, will be impressed, and then they would abandon the demon kings. So the demon kings in his palace has been watching you. He became frightened. So what did he do? He would send his 3 daughters. 3 irresistible daughters. Okay? And this is why you monks and nuns need to be in the temple, because we need to give protection against those 3 daughters. You see those 3 daughters, forget about monkhood. Okay? You know, the Buddha, the final test of the Buddha is extremely difficult to pass. Okay? So that's why he sent the 3 daughters, because it worked before. And when he sent his 3 daughters, all the other subjects, they all failed. But when we sent his 3 daughters, these 3 ravishingly irresistible daughters. Now I have 3 questions. I don't have time to answer all your questions. I need to finish my 3 daughters' story. They are totally irresistible, let me tell you. Okay? If you think you've been in love before, you ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, to all of you. Okay? And so these gorgeous, they're just beautiful women. Okay? Even more beautiful than goddesses, because they're basically goddesses up there. And they came, and they're so gorgeous, and they're so irresistible. Buddha looked at them, and Buddha said, "No, you are not real." And from Buddha's, he used his spiritual power, and these demons, girls, they became very old and with baggy skins. Okay, and the Buddha says, "Look at yourself in the mirror. What's so attractive about yourself? You think you can enrapture people like us?" And so the 3 demon daughters of Mara can see themselves in the mirror, and they were so aghast themselves. "Oh my God, we are so ugly!" And they ran away themselves. Okay, that's Buddha's spiritual powers for you. Okay, I assure you, you were the Buddha, you forgot about your spiritual powers. They are dangerous. You have to be scared. Okay, that's it. We'll continue. We have 3 questions here. Number 3.
Master, I think when I first started meditating that I had an occurrence with Mara. And it was at the end of sitting for not very long, but I set the amount of time. I think we were in the park. I think it was...
Was it here in Los Angeles or in the Philippines?
No. It was in good old Downey Lake Park.
Oh, the Downey era. Okay, era. Area.
I can remember it was very painful, like beginner's pain is really, really terrible. Feels like a truck is parked on your legs when you're cross.
Yeah.
And I finished, and my eyes were closed, and all of a sudden I saw what I would describe as Mara, a dark, lurking figure with these blazing red eyes.
Yeah.
And we had a staring contest for, I don't know, a few seconds maybe. And then I had opened my eyes. We had finished meditating, but what it conveyed to me was I was obstructing his negative power by continuing and holding onto a lotus position for as long as I did.
Wow, how interesting. Where is this park now?
It was the park where we had meditation in the park, Downey.
Oh, that's with Shana.
Yeah.
XA.
Yes.
See. That's what happened. That's why, when you go to these parks, that's what happens to you. Better come to the temple. Sorry, cheap shot. Yes, JMT.
마스터, 그 춘의 질문에 대해서, 춘이 한 질문과 저 연관 있는 질문인데요. 그러니까 예를 들면, 마스터 XC가 저에게 죄송해요. 사무국수님 처음부터 다시 할게요. 그러니까 그 춘희의 질문과 연관 있는 제가 질문인데 제가 마스터 XC에게 주는 거 오퍼링에 대해서는 마스터 XC가 선택권을 가지고 받을지 말지 저와의 인연을 가져갈지 말지 마스터 XC에게 선택권이 있다고 이해를 했고요. 한번 끊을게요.
Let me guess. Well, let me guess what she just asked. She just said that my husband and I will start taking taekwondo. No?
Master,
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Master, my question is related to Chun's question. It's about, let's say, Master XC, I'm planning to offering something to him. So he has a choice to accept or deny the offering related to the karma.
그러면은 이제 제가 그러면은 마스터 XC가 저에게 주는 것에 대해서는 제가 이것을 마스터 XC에게 빚으로 가져갈지 빚으로 가져가지 못할지 저에게는 선택권이 없다는 뜻인 거잖아요. 한 번 더 끊을게요.
So let's say Master XC gives something to me, and then I don't have any choice of I'll take it as a debt or something else. Isn't that right?
Yeah, you have to slave for him now, from now on, forever.
땡큐. 그다음에 이제 마스터 제 질문의 포인트는 지금
You bring it back to your homes where you live with your husband. And right? And husband likes it too. So now both of you, we have to slave for him.
감사합니다. 땡큐. 그래서 제 질문의 포인트는 그렇다면 마스터 XC가 제가 한 오퍼링에 대해서 공한 emptiness의 상태에서 제가 주는 오퍼링을 받았기 때문에 초이스, 그러니까 선택권, 옵션을 가지고 있는 건지가 제 질문의 포인트인 거예요.
So this brings to the point of my question. So Master C accepted my offering, but he accepted in the mind of emptiness. Does he still have a choice?
I can't speak for him. You have to ask him.
그러니까 일반적으로 공한 상태에서 오퍼링을 대하면 그것에 대해서 인과가 생기지 않느냐가 제 질문인 거예요.
So Master, generally, in the state of emptiness, somebody offer, is there any result of cause and effect?
Good question. Let me think about it. Yes, XX.
Okay, I'm going to complicate the matter.
Oh no. Okay, never mind.
Isn't that when someone who has a self makes an offering, regardless of the other party has a self or not, it was still a good karma that the person who made an offering? It's still the person who had a self still created a good karma, or it has to be that it has to be received by the other party.
That's a very good point. It's an excellent question, which I don't know how to answer. Why do you have to make it life hard for me? It's true. It's true that when you yourself make an offering, then you're creating good karma for yourself. Okay? However, because the receiving side is zero, you creating good karmas to the Dharma realm. You're not creating good karmas to that particular entity yourself. Does it help? Does it answer your question, Jumi?
그러니까 제 포인트는 마스터 XX랑은 상관은 없고, 그러니까 제 질문은 레벨이 낮아도 결국에는 공한 상태에서 물건이 오고 간다면 그거는 인과가 생기지 않는 게 아니냐가 사실은 제가 궁금한 포인트인 거예요.
So my point of my question is, let's say somebody with a lower level, but still the offering was happened in emptiness. So that means there's no result of cause and effect.
I forgot who's offering to who. I want to be clear now because Jumi question is not clear.
그러니까 좋은 업이든 나쁜 업이든 결국에는 공안, 그러니까 받는 사람, 그러니까 만약에 마스터 XC도 공한 상태고 저도 만약에 공한 상태에서 물건이 오고 간다면 그거는 인연이 생기지 않는 게 아니냐가 제가 가장 궁금한 포인트인 거예요.
So Master, whether it's a good karma or bad karma, let's say everything happened in emptiness. Master sees in emptiness. Jumi is in emptiness. So there, as a result, there's no cause and effect.
That's not possible. Jumi is not in emptiness. Jumi is very far away from emptiness. Okay, so we don't need to address this question for a long, long time. And you know, I don't answer hypothetical questions. Wait until you're in emptiness and come back and ask, Sayonara. I hope you have a good life. Okay? Yes, two here. We have a two here. Thank you for waiting. Yeah.
Amitabha Master, it's just a stupid question.
Oh, another one.
You said that the Buddhas have the test of the three women's. What
Yeah.
about the women's, like the nuns, like the masters?
What is this? What is this with you women in this country? You're so obsessed. Wouldn't you rather be a man to become a Buddha? Okay, there you go. It turns out in the way the Buddha's progression towards Buddhahood, right now you're a woman, but before you become a Buddha, you have to become a man. That's the rule. Okay, so that
The question doesn't have to be answered.
another MAGA person. So what happened is that it doesn't matter. And if you're a woman body right now, before you become a Buddha yourself, you will be transformed to a man's. Okay, and then you become a Buddha. Okay, at that moment, that's when Mara comes. Is that clear? So, God, I mean, but on the other hand, if you like of the different type of woman, or you like women, then maybe, and let's not go there. Okay. Yes.
Follow up to be with her question supplementary. I think we're interested to know, let's say a nun, before they become enlightened, do they go through a test with a handsome guy?
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't have the answer to that. I have no experience about that, so I can't answer you. Okay, moving on. Anyone else? Just be a man, that's easier. Okay. Now don't go into LGBTQ and all those things. We'll never be able to finish today's lecture. Yes, in the back. I tried to head him off already, but it may be too late. Yes, sir.
Oh, Master, I just want to ask, so all Buddhas, before they become a Buddha, they have to pass through the test of Mara?
Yes, all of them. Each and every one of us, meaning that sadly, meaning that ultimately you have the seeds that you want to become a man, okay, and the man who likes good-looking women. I don't think I'll ever be able to survive this afternoon. Yes, Hong in the back.
Master, would it be better if you become gay so that you don't have to, you can easily pass through the test of the woman?
It hasn't happened before. You have to become a man who likes good-looking women. For now, you're temporarily gay, but eventually, before you become a Buddha, you become a man who likes gorgeous women. Don't ask me why it's unfair. I don't care. I didn't make the rules. I'm just telling you the story. Yeah. Yes, JMT. Koreans are participating now. Oh, the same one.
마스터 그러면 마스터 XC가 공한 상태에서 저에게 어떤 걸 주고 심지어 그걸 잊어버렸다면 마스터 XC는 와 저는 어떤 관계가 생기지 인연은 생기지 않지만 그러면 저는 그냥 빚만 가져간다고 봐야 되는 걸까요? 저는 공하지 않으니까.
So Master, Master XC, state of an emptiness, gave something to me. And because it's emptiness, there's no association, and he forgot about it, that he actually gave it to me. So that means there's no affinity between Master C and me, and I am ended up with a debt.
Okay. Looking back at the moment he gave you those relics, he was not empty. That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay, you may be empty, maybe he wasn't empty. Okay, slide 477. Are we done with all the questions now? Okay, so the demon king, when seeing that his three gorgeous daughters failed, he sent the next one. 80 billion demon soldiers, okay? Meaning that each one of them represents different form of desires. You understand the meaning here? It's not 80 billion soldiers. It's actually, they are actually 80 different forms of desires in this realm. Yacht, helicopters, Learjets, cryptocurrencies, Epstein, Okay, and so forth, and so this is a reminder for you. This is why we cultivate so hard, because we face all these things, we overcome them. That's by the time you become Buddha, they come back and they give you a final test. Is that for real? 80 billion demon soldiers, 80 billion desires. And you whining about, why they have to sleep, why they have to eat, only one meal a day. You whine. And wait until you become Buddha, you say, oh, I'm so glad that Master Yonghua trained me this way. Yes, go for us.
Master, so the three demon daughters, they all representing sexual desire, or there are three kinds of something else? Sorry, we're going back to that topic.
The details I'm not allowed to go into. Why 3 daughters? Why not 4? Or 5? The 3 daughters are the deepest and innermost desire you have. That men have. That's why you have to be a man home. Yeah, it's funny to you, but it's not funny when you face these tests, let me tell you. Okay? And so the Buddha defeated all these billions of soldiers. Okay? Can you imagine billions? When you watch a kung fu movie, you have this guy kicking and punching. It's maybe 100. Okay? We're talking about 1 billion soldiers. It's fascinating. Okay? And he defeated them all to the point where now the Demon King have his best weapons, but they're all rendered useless, ineffective. The Demon King Mara became so impressed. He says, "It never failed before. What did you do?" Okay, and for that, because he asked a question, Buddha then spoke Dharma to him, and Demon King became first stage Arhat. Isn't it fascinating? This is why you don't worry about all these women, all these desires. Okay, that's part of your training. Okay, and eventually it will help you become Buddha and then convert the Demon King. And Demon King Mara was so impressed. He said, "Wow, I want to take refuge with you." And he took refuge with the Buddha. He became Buddhist. And he says, after that, he said, "I don't want to go back up there to the heavens." And Buddha says, "No, now you're my disciple. You should go up there, back to the heavens, okay, so that you can help your own kind." Isn't that cool? So it's a very happy a story with happy ending. Isn't that cool? Okay, so becoming a Buddha is very auspicious, and it benefits a lot of people. And the Demon King and his retinues are the first one to benefit from the Buddha. Yes, ma'am, too.
So, quick comment. That means if you want to get to the most wisdom, the Buddha wisdom, you have to get to the man first. So that's my comment. Question. So every time that someone become a Buddha, is it the same King Mara comes out, or is just different Mara demon every time?
Well, each world has its own Mara thing there. Buddha came to Saha world, so the Mara belongs to that desire realm, heaven, and of that world. Next, different world has different circumstances. All right. Okay, and so this is described in auspicious responses. Okay, and talking about concept of nirvana. Nirvana, this is a good information for you. Nirvana is the place where there's no more birth and death. It's also called sweet dew extinction, meaning that you extinguish all your desires, all your suffering, and at that point in time, it's called sweet dew because it became wonderful, came like sweet dew, meaning sweet dew is an elixir, would give you long life and no suffering whatsoever, only pleasure. All right? Jue Dao is a path of enlightenment, a road to enlightenment, and basically it's cultivation towards enlightenment. All right, that's what we're doing. So after the demon king left, this is also what happened, the journey, and that's what you have to go through when you become a Buddha. The Bodhisattva, at that point, Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha, entered the 4 dhyanas at midnight, okay? And he went through the 34 minds, and he understood the 4 noble truths, certified the nirvana, and referred to as sweet to extinction, and all habit energies, were completely exhausted, completely, as in an L-Y here. Completely exhausted. Excuse me. And that's why it's called extinction. Meaning that when you become a Buddha, all your habit energies are extinct. See, meaning that bodhisattvas, even their bodhisattva, they still have habit energies that are still there. And that's why it takes them a long time to undo these habit energies, okay? And when he's able to, when he's ready, that's when he becomes a Buddha. Okay, habit energies, what are habit energies? Okay, habit energies, they all explained it here. Habit, yes, go first.
Master, why does the Bodhisattva enters the 4 dhyanas? 4禅.
Yeah.
Not higher level ones.
Not sure why. That's the journey. Okay, it's rather seems to be rather low. But basically, he escaped to the formless realm. Okay, get to the top of the form realm. Okay, and I don't know why the 4 dhyanas. The habit energies are the attachments that are reinforced lifetime after lifetime. Okay, for example, if you are inclined to stealing, okay, that's because of the habit energy that has been formed for many lifetimes already. That's why you feel like, picking up a pen from the office supplies when no one's watching. That's habit energy. So far, so good. And so all the habit energies have to be completely exhausted before you become a Buddha. All right? So he entered samadhi, basically entered these samadhis at midnight, okay? And furthermore, he went through a lot more than just the 4 dhyanas, okay? The 4 dhyanas basically are to bring you into the samadhi through the form realm, okay? And then successfully enter the 34 minds, okay? Very quickly, in like momentarily, that's what happens. He'd been through those before, that's why boom, 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 very, very fast in the kasana minds. So these minds he went through are very, very fast. What are those 34 minds? Okay, they are Baran, the 8 patiences, the 8 wisdoms, the 8 non-obstruction, the 9 non-obstructions, and the 9 liberations. Those are the the 34 minds. So he went to enter them very, very quickly in succession. So far, so good, and that's technically what happens. And then all of a sudden, he is able to sever the view and thought delusion, habit energies, to accomplish proper enlightenment. Okay? It's a little bit more than that, but I don't want to go into it because the more I go into it, the more you ask me questions that I will end up not being able to answer you. So I better stop. Okay, your question is getting harder and harder. Okay, and 481. Because you understand the Four Noble Truths, you can see the primary principle. What's the primary principle? Okay, primary principle is principle of emptiness. Okay, Buddhism, these are jargon you should know. Primary truth, primary principle, primary doctrine. Okay, fundamental doctrine is everything is empty. And he, with clear awakening, he knows permanence, impermanence, knows countable, countless living beings, etc. So when you become a Buddha, it's fascinating. You clearly dwell in true emptiness. Okay, you are have this complete enlightenment. There's no more confusion whatsoever. What it means is that even though bodhisattvas are enlightened, okay, they are not Buddhas yet because they still have habit energies. Is that clear? So that's why they're here, working on these habit energies. And at that point, you know permanence, impermanence, you know countless living beings. You're able to see countless living beings. Okay? And these are the beings you're supposed to help. Okay? And possess all dharma such as power, fearlessness. Okay? And so you are your armory is complete. There's nothing lacking in terms of tools you need to use to help living beings. All living beings, you have these different tools will be completely at your disposal. That includes 42 hands and eyes, it includes mantra, it includes everything. All the countless Dharma doors you've been practicing all this time, all these lifetimes, now they completely are accomplished. Is that clear? So that's the nature of our journey. It's cool. You learn these things and you learn more and more and more. So that's why if you have blessings, you're curious. You want to learn more and more and more. Okay? Spiritual powers to subdue demons will have it. Okay? Spiritual penetration are the function of merit and virtue of form dharmas. Okay? So these are the technical information. Okay, next 482. Having no mind or volition, no feeling or action, as he completely defeats and subdues all outside ways.
以无心意、无受行而悉摧伏诸外道。
Okay, having no mind or volition. So this is about the praise of the response mind. Okay, he says here, having attained sweet dew, views, love, upside down, attachment of four aggregates are extinguished, hence called no mind, no volition. Why? See, technically, when you say about no mind volition, it's about views, love, upside down, attachment, and four aggregates are all extinguished. Okay, aggregates here refers to the four skandhas, by the way. Okay, why? If there is mind volition, there is mental. This is now you learn about the connection. Okay, if you have mind, if you have a thinking mind volition there, okay, or will there, there's mental inversion. As long as you have thinking, you have upside down thinking. Okay, if you think, beware that you have some upside down thinking there that's generated by your thinking mind. Okay, that's why there's inversion. If you have inversion, you have three feelings. If you have feelings, you have the three sufferings, and it's the truth of suffering. Okay? What are the three feelings? The three feelings are the feeling of suffering, the feeling of pleasure, and the neutral feeling. So far, so good. If you attach to feelings, okay, what does it say here? If you have feelings, it's because it originated from your being upside down. You're confused. Okay? The nature of confusion creates feelings. Feelings pleasure, feelings of suffering, feelings neutral. So never mind about what they are, just to remember if you have feelings, okay, it's because you have upside down thinking. So far, so good. This is Buddhist technology. This is Buddhist secret. So it is to be beware of. That is, feelings are not necessarily, even when they're good feelings, they are bad for you. Because there's suffering, because the feeling, you will have the three sufferings. Okay? And that is the truth of suffering. Okay? So what are the three sufferings? Three sufferings, the suffering of suffering of pleasure, suffering of neutral, of neither. Okay, no feeling in action. Action here is a skandha of formation and karma creation. Karma leads to birth and death, which is truth of accumulation. So the Teen Thai school here, they go through these processes to demonstrate to you why there's these truths that it will become clear to you. This is why the Buddhas understood. That's why he began to explain back to us. Yes, 9.
Master, in the previous slide, it says no mind, no volition. So if you have mind and volition, you have mental inversion. Volition, that definition to me means the desire to do, or
the will.
Will to do things, free will.
The will, yes.
So if you have will, your mind is inverted, upside down?
Yes, you have some inversions here. There's beauty inversion when you have will.
But don't we need will to cross our legs to want to become a Buddha?
Yes, those are the good side of it, but also bad sides. Okay, and nothing to be afraid of. The good side of the will is that it helps us do good things, but beware, there's also some evil side, some undesirable sides that will pop up. Eventually, you can use it for your cultivation as well. Okay, that's complete view of the process. No need to be afraid of it. Okay? And so he explains now, we talk about suffering, now he explains about accumulation, why there's accumulation. Okay, and now next he says, without mind, there's no feeling. Without feeling, there's no doing. Without doing means no karmas. There's no karma. Without karma, there's no accumulation. Okay, therefore, there's no suffering. So if suffering and accumulation are extinguished, then it has attained a sweet dew and the path of cessation. Okay, and so you understand the process, so you reverse the process to get to liberation, to cessation or extinction. All right? And he explains more, and he talks more about the 5 feelings, 5 action, 5 karmas, the truth accumulation. When the accumulation is severed, Buddha is without volition. Without volition, there's no experience of the 5 view element and actions. It can refute the 5 views and so forth. Therefore, he can handle the outside, the externalists. So he can to overwhelm them. He uses the 3 stores and the 5 Dharma doors. Okay, so to elaborate, the 5 views are basically the 5 quick servants, okay? And the 5 elements are the water, fire, wood, metal, and earth. And the 5 Dharma doors are that he uses to overwhelm the externalists, impermanence, suffering, emptiness, selflessness, and still extinction. So at that point in time there, the Buddha is very clear. He knows exactly what to do to overcome the demons. He's able to also overcome the externalists as well. Yes, go first.
Master, here where there's no feeling, no action, no doing, no karma, is it possible that no action can also create karma? Like if you see someone who is going to fall off a cliff and you don't do anything, is that karma? You don't feel empathetic?
There's no karma whatsoever. There's no ego anymore, no self anymore. So therefore, there's no karma being created. Someone falling off the cliff is also empty. Empty to you, not empty to him. So what you do is when you want to do it, you say, let's go take a look at the beautiful cliff here. Okay? So, and then you empty yourself and you push him. That's how you kill people without consequences.
Well, you better make sure that you have no self at the moment, right?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Try it. Okay, one last thing before I go. Allow me this thing here. Yes, go first. No more? Okay. No feeling action. And the Buddha refuted one with long nails. Okay. Do you experience feeling? Okay. So this is the logic, Buddhist logic. Do you experience feeling? You have a view of no feeling, and that's still feeling. Okay, feeling is suffering. That's how is that any different? You have to rely on no feeling, become arrogant, and belittle others. The long nails here. The long nails is an externalist. So then the Buddha converted him and become one of his big name arhats. Okay, you rely on no feeling. You become arrogant, belittle others, giving rise to body, mouth, and mind karma. Karma leads to accumulation, even leads to birth and death. How is the true nature? And so he's able to use the logic to defeat all the externalist reasoning. That's the point. It's kind of cool. Okay? And so one with long nail was subdued and attained pure Dhamma eye. Okay? And so that's what you do to overwhelm the heretics. Okay? Because those are the 2 major obstructions are the demons, okay, which is very difficult to argue with, reason with them. You have to basically defeat them and then beat them up. And the externalists, at least to listen to reason. And the Buddha has full logic, if you will. Okay? And he's able to relate to the externalists, with their philosophy. Yes, go Forrest.
Is there a case that the Bodhisattva, they have feeling, they take action, but no karma?
When you become a Bodhisattva, then you know. But the short answer is yes and no. Okay? It's too complicated. When you're in that world, then eventually you understand. All right. Thank you, everyone. We stop here today.